this guy, he's been making a frequent run on the program, and that is former quarterback Chris Sims. Now, Chris Sims has been doing what he likes to refer to as an annual tradition. He comes out with these quarterback lists every single year. This started back in the day when he dubbed Blake Bortles the 70th best quarterback in the league. He's been doing it ever since, but now he's making it a little more compact. 40th, top 40 quarterbacks. Now, the slap in the face is he goes out there and he makes Tua Tagovailoa top 5 overall pick, the 40th quarterback in the NFL, which makes him last. Because to him, the other quarterbacks don't exist. Makes him last. So it's a disrespect. He tried to finagle it where he tries to make it a compliment, but it's not a compliment. It's an insult. He then decides, okay, maybe you could say, well, Tua hasn't taken a snap. Why would you have him anywhere in the high points if he hasn't played any football? All right, fair point. I'll hear you out if that's the argument, but I'll tell you who better be 39, and that's Justin Herbert, and I'll tell you who better be 38, that's Joe Burrow. But of course that's not the case, because this guy, he likes to sneakily go one way and give you a reason for why Tua is so low, but then he comes and makes up new reasons for the other.
Does that remind you of anybody?
Nope. Who is that? Why does it? Who? That reminds you of somebody?
Who?
Yeah.
Turn around and look at that ass you sitting on. There you go. There he is.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not like that.
What?
You're nuts. Yeah, I'm glad you got Putined. Good for you. Good. Yeah, I'm glad you lost volume. Good. I'm happy for that. Now, what did you remember when he had Herbert out, Robbie? Do you remember what that was?
It was like 35 or 34.
So significantly ahead of Tua Tagovailoa for no reason at all. If you were to look at the two gentlemen on the resume, other than never having his hip broke, Justin Herbert's never done anything better on a football field than Tua Tagovailoa. Nothing. Okay? Other than his height and the fact that his hip is never broke, why does he get to go up 5 spots? Makes no sense. And to people who say I get too crazy about this, I understand that you think I spend too much time on lists, but lists are important.
It's not people. It's just me.
People need to realize lists are important because it's not about your explanation of the list, although your explanation is needed for me to bury you, but it's about your placement on the list. And last is never good, okay? Like, for example, they do top 100 most fascinating people. I'd rather be off the list than be number 100. I don't want to barely make the list.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
So 7 billion people on this planet?
Don't throw me a bone. I don't need it.
Really? So you figure, let me ask you this. If you're on the list of 100, where would you like to be on the list before you would even take it as a compliment?
Top 75%.
But it's not 75%.
What
it's like
top
0.0000001%.
Nah. Of the list, I want to be in the top 75.
Really?
Don't put me with
so you can make fun of the 25% below you?
Yeah, don't make me part of them bottom quarter jokers. I don't want to be with that list. Who's that? What's that list, Robbie? The Talkers 100. Don't put me on that list if you're gonna put me at 100. Okay, don't even think about putting me on the list until we're in the top 50. What's the point?
Or best morning shows in America being on number 100.
Don't bother. All right, Jason Barrett. Don't even bother. Not interested. But here's the thing.
I'm sure his brain was racking over the decision.
I'm sure it was. So now we get to this part of the list. All right, we're getting to the nitty gritty of it. We left off at number 27, and that was Andy Dalton. Okay, Andy Dalton, established resume. Now I think he's as bland as it gets. All right, you want to talk about just going out there and basically just having a lukewarm glass of water. That's
Eli bland?
Oh, no, he's a champion. You got it. You know why? Eli's got onions. Eli's got onions.
So's Jeff Hostetler.
Let's get to this list today, Leroy.
So's Brad Johnson. So's Nick Foles.
No, Nick Foles. He's got a funny nickname, and he's got the Philly special. Like he's got some pizzazz to him.
You're bland until you get bling.
Yep. So let's get to his list. All right, let's get.
I'm gonna go hang out with the Mr. Exciting And Mr. Excitable Trent Dilfer.
Oh, Mr. Well, he said I like Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer said that Tua is better than Marino and Aaron Rodgers, so I'm down with him.
So he went the other way with it.
No, he went the right way with it. Chris Sims. All right, let's get to Chris Sims' trash quarterback list.
He was like in between calling them shams. Shims.
Number 26. Joe Burrow. Now, this is garbage. You can't have Joe Burrow 14 spots ahead of Tua Tagovailoa, Leroy. Trash.
Who's going to have – wait. Can I ask you one question?
Yep.
As of right now, what you know of Tua and what you know of Joe Burrow, who's going to have the better year at quarterback?
This year?
Yeah.
Tua.
He might not even play.
He's going to play.
Again, you're making a bunch of assumptions so that what you're saying can be accurate.
Maybe
But
so.
I'm saying,
Maybe
knowing
so.
what you know now and the
tide's
plans for each guy, Joe Burrow's going to be the starter day one.
Sure. Tide is turning, though.
You don't even know if Tua's going to play. You don't know.
I feel like he is.
You feel, but you
like
don't know.
But that's
So
better.
if you're making a list, knowing what these two guys, knowing of what these guys are going to do as of right now, I can see Joe Burrow being that high.
Hear this out, okay? Let's just hear Chris Sims out. Here's what he writes. I am very confident he'll be successful. Oh, good for you. The cleanest film I've ever seen from a quarterback in the draft. No weaknesses to his game, and his ability to process information and read and react gives him a Peyton Manning-like ceiling. Okay. Here's the problem. All right, this is where you lose me, Chris Sims. All right. So let me get this straight. Joe Burrow, with this cleanest film you've ever seen, for a year. You think that makes him Peyton Manning all of a sudden? You can make that leap. You'll make that leap without taking a step. You'll make him Peyton Manning.
Wait.
But with Tua, you'll have him worse. You'll have him worse than Mitchell Trubisky.
Here.
Because you got to see it. Got to see him get on the field. Makes no sense, Leroy.
Let me explain.
Fraud
something.
list. Fraud list.
There is nothing that pleases me more than to see two white guys having a jumping contest.
I don't know what that means.
That means both you and Phil Sims
Chris Sims.
and Chris Sims are jumping to these ridiculous conclusions based on nothing. Okay?
Well, I'm being more reasonable than he is.
No, because your quarterback doesn't even know if he's going to play. He's closer to being right than you are. Even though he's ridiculous calling somebody Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning like ceiling. So one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time is his ceiling.
But okay, hold on. If I may, did you not say Tua was lefty Drew Brees?
Yes, and lefty.
How's that any different?
I made a
How's
song.
that any different?
I made a song calling him Lefty Marino.
How's that any different?
It's different because one, Dan Marino and Drew Brees weren't lefty. So at least I'm going out on a limb a little bit here. All right. If I would have called him the next Steve Young, how original is that? But this guy's going to go out there and say that this guy could be Peyton Manning. And let's you know what, Chris Sims, put away the silly sauce. All right. You want to talk about a guy who's hosing down my lung? Joe Burrow is Peyton Manning.
Wait, what about you?
Dude,
Lefty Drew Brees.
No,
I even made a song about it.
That's not silly.
Really? Gotta tell you. This is the moment I was hating.
You want number 25?
Needs to be said.
What?
Your hot takes are like POTUS. I don't know what to tell you.
Whoa!
Yeah.
How dare you?
like all over the world, people are saying, "Did you hear what Tobin said?" I'm like, yes, I did. I was there.
What part of the Bible you like? Equal, all of it, all of it.
But the only difference is in sports, your Bible's only a click away. Everybody knows the website, Pro Football Reference.
Do you have a? Do you want to hear number 25?
Yes.
All right, number 25.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, Phil Simms need to keep this going. Two names a day. What the hell is he doing? This list ain't that damn good.
I'm with you. If you feel, it felt like, didn't he come out of the box with like 4 a day, and now all of a sudden he's slowing it up? He goes, "Oof, listen, I'm gonna run out of content quick. Better slow the drip on this one." All right, number 25, Drew Lock.
What?
Number 25, Drew Lock.
Now, keep in mind, and one thing I want to make clear, you do realize that most of the quarterbacks rated this low that aren't rookies are usually the guys that everybody's looking to replace anyway.
Here's what he says. This is crazy. Few excite me as much as him. First round talent who took the blame for his team struggling in college his last year there. Ball explodes out of his hand. Reminds me of Matthew Stafford. The whole offense opened up last year when he came in. Hashtag Sims top 40 QB.
Now, I will say this. He does remind you of Matthew Stafford. How good is he going to be? I don't know if he's going to be as good as Matthew. Is Matthew Stafford a good quarterback?
It's fine.
OG compiler back in the day.
Wait. So you either can suck or win. You can't have good numbers and be on losing team.
You just asked me if he's good. I said he's fine. Fine.
According to that thinking, Barry Sanders was fine.
Nah, not the same.
Pass the eye test.
Why? Why not?
We could just watch it and see.
Really? Oh, so we eyeballing it now? We eyeballing it now.
Yeah.
You guys keep moving the bar on me. I don't know what determines, because before you're like, I don't care if he has no blocking. I can just look, the eye test.
Somebody says, is that the Chris who said about Burrow at the beginning of the 2019 season where he projected him as a 5th round pick? Boxed in, sir. Nah, now he's Peyton Manning. He knew all along. Somebody says if Tobin was on the Dolphins, Tobin would jump in for joy with Sims comments. Oh, welcome to sports, sir. Oh, hey, welcome aboard. Hey, come here, you, sir. Hey, come on in. Have yourself some cucumber water, and welcome to sports. You want a hot towel?
Cucumber water?
Yeah.
Is that even a thing?
Oh, it's a thing. Prefer some lemon water?
Leroy, you said that show starts at 10 o'clock.
Which show?
The cucumber water show.
Yeah. Oh, those two drink cucumber water.
Look.
Especially Wilson.
But what's the purpose?
I don't know. It's fancy.
I mean, if I'm seeing a cucumber, give me some balsamic and a tomato, and I'm good to go.
Somebody says...
Not soaking it in water.
You can text the show 786-360-079. Text and take a driven by Kendall Toyota and West Kendall Toyota. Another texter writes in, Tobin, you said Burrow broke football. Even said the Dolphins should trade up to number 1 and take him. For once, just don't be a hypocrite. Here's the thing, sir. Okay, you're adorable. 1, who's saying Joe Burrow didn't break football? Also, who's not even saying Joe Burrow shouldn't be high on the list? I said that Tua should be top 20 on the list. I got to tell you something. I wouldn't have a problem if Joe Burrow was top 20 on the list. Would have no problem at all.
I would.
This isn't a disparaging remark of Joe Burrow. He was awesome last year. The problem is Chris Sims' logic. Chris Sims is being a phony. And what he's doing is he's fitting the list to fit his narrative. He's anti-Tua. He's a Miami hater. And so what he does is he knocks our guy down. He looked like a complete buffoon if he kept him off the list. So he barely puts him on the list and yet puts his guy, Joe Burrow, Churros Burros, all the way up to number 25 on the list, or 26. Ridiculous.
But
none of that has to do anything
with... He might not
with...
even play.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Let me ask you something. Can I ask you something right now?
Yes.
Never playing football. All right. If Tua Tagovailoa never played a down of football, would you still be confident that he's better than Mitchell Trubisky?
Yep.
All right. So why is he behind him on the list?
Well, it's not where Tua is. It's where Mitchell Trubisky is.
It doesn't matter. He's behind him on the list. Behind him on the list. It's a silly thing.
Mitch Trubisky is going to have himself a radio show in a year or two.
Somebody said Better Call Saul has the cucumber water too. I remember.
And somebody says,
Oh, yeah.
Sims sounds like Tobin. You sure you're not related?
I would never be related to Chris Sims. The hell out of here.
It's not even his cucumber water. It's the office. He rents his office in a salon shop, and it's their cucumber water. He steals it.
True. He steals it. Anyway, that concludes today's Chris Sims trash list review.